Hello, I'm just going to show you how to do the cash flow forecast. I know that it's using formulas, but I want to show you how to do that, but hopefully at the same time go through what you need to remember for your exam. Okay, so I don't want to complicate things, but I do want to it's easier to do it on a spreadsheet. And I set you that task to do. So I thought I'd just do a little video to go through again some of the things that you need to do. So opening balance is basically you should be given that. And on this task, we're given £500 as the opening balance. Okay. We're going to be given some more information to populate this, but the formulas in a nutshell are going to be total inflows. So you're going to put a formula that adds in everything that comes in that you're earning or the person's earning. And then we're going to be putting some figures in here in a minute. And then you've got total outflows. It's basically adding up everything that goes out. Then we're going to be doing the net cash flow, which is the difference between your inflows minus your outflows. That goes in there. And then the closing balance is basically your opening balance plus your net cash flow, because that's what's left in your bank. All right. So it looks like I'm looking at a weird place, but my laptop's here and my screen that I'm using is here. So, okay, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go through the task and give you some formulas, but that was basically the things that you need to remember. So we've been given £500. We know we've got £500. The instructions are here, by the way, that I'm just reading off. Lauren gets paid £400 a month for a part-time job. So I'm going to put in 400 in here. I'm going to press enter. You could just type in 400, 400, 400. But if you use the little black cross here, it's called autofill, drag it across. It puts the 400. It also copies formula, which I'll show you later. So I'm going to whiz through this because you can pause it. I'm going to do equals to start a formula, and I want to add up my McDonald's wage plus my Etsy sales. So I've clicked on B8 plus B9. And then I use my black cross and I copy that across. Okay. So we might have to change some of that in a minute, I think. She pays £250 for rent each month. So I'm going to put £250 in there. And I'm going to copy it across. Bills, 50. So I click off it and then click back on and get that black cross. Broadband and Netflix is 12. Just going to pause that. Right, so it's just telling me here that the Etsy sales are set from the previous year, from last year. Okay, and the materials are already populated for us. Okay, so in May, Lauren's laptop breaks and she needs a new one to keep her Etsy shop running. This costs £400. So May, new laptop, 400. In June, Lauren works extra hours at McDonald's to help pay for the laptop and earns an additional 370. So in June, I think, let me just check those figures. I wonder if bear with me. Sorry, I just had to go on to another call then. Right, just next instruction is, in June, Lauren works extra hours at McDonald's to help pay for the laptop and earns an additional 370 quid. So June, get it right, Anne-Marie. June, McDonald's. So she's got 400. I just need to add on 370. So I'm going to go equals 400, not forgetting that, plus 370. And it's going to do that for me, 770. In July, Lauren sells 275. See, this is where I've gone. It's already in there. I've already done it in a previous task. So it was supposed to be 110 in here. That's my bad. So you'll have 110. Okay. So I'll start again. In July, Lauren sells 275 more than she is predicted to as one of her t-shirts becomes very popular and sells out. So I'm going to do equals 110. Was it 110 or 111? I've gone mad. Yeah, 110 plus 275. Okay. So you'll notice that because we did the formula for the total inflows, that's changed as well. So I think that's all the instructions. So now what we've got to do is add up total outflows. You could, in the exam, you'll have a calculator and you just do that plus that plus that, and then you get your formula, or then you get your result rather. But I'd want to show you how to do it on a spreadsheet. So if you can see up on where my mouse is pointing, sometimes you can't see it. Oh, you might have to drop a little menu down or go on 3 little dots or something like that. But anyway, you need to find that and press sum. If you can't find that, this is what you type in. You type equals sum, you open a bracket, you click and drag over all the cells that are going to have things in that you want to add up. Notice that I'm clicking and dragging over the new laptop. You close a bracket and you press enter. Well, it's there for you, for those of you who found the auto sum. Let me just do it again. So I could type in equals sum, open a left-hand bracket, click and drag over the numbers that I want to add up, close a bracket, press enter. Or I could do equals that plus that plus that plus that. And that does the same job, but it's just a bit longer. So I normally go up to my auto sum there, click and drag, and then just, I've not done it right, click and drag, and then press enter. Okay, and then I copy that to the right. So now I've got to work out, these are the things that net cash flow is basically the difference between inflows and outflows. Okay, so equals total inflows minus total outflows. So that's what you do on your calculator. You do 525 minus whatever it is, 357, you get 168. So that's what you do in your exam. Inflows minus outflows to get your net cash flow. Then we've got to work out closing balance. Actually, I can copy that net cash flow formula to the right. Okay. Closing balance is now the money that you started with in the bank plus the money that you've ended up with this month. So equals 500 quid plus your net cash flow, which is what you've worked out that you've got left, 668. So that closing balance for February now becomes the opening balance to March, okay? So we can either type it in, or there's a sneaky little way that you can do it. So you do press equals and you just click on B19 and it puts it in for you. And if I copy this across, it won't have anything in it, but when I do everything I need to do down here, that will come in as well. So this formula to get the closing balance, if you remember, it was net cash flow plus opening balance, or opening balance plus net cash flow. I'm going to copy that to the right and let's see if we are right. Yay! The answer we get is 1,613. Now, just to recap, formulas, opening balance you should get given the first one. And basically whatever you end up with in that first month goes into the following month. Okay. Total inflows, you're adding up anything that's been earned that month. Total outflows, you're adding up anything that you've spent that month. Net cash flow is basically the difference between inflows minus outflows. Closing balance is what money you've got left after everything's come out. That's, you've got the opening balance, 500 quid, and net cash flow. So opening balance plus net cash flow. I hope that helps. I will work through others as well.